At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to another morning show right here on Main Street TV. I'm all choked up because our good friend John Moore's here, and we're going to talk about everything.
All right.
I mean, everything.
All right, including your new business venture. I keep an eye on that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Maybe it'll get open. People are like, when are you going to be open? I'm like, I don't know, somewhere between now and 25.
No rush.
2025.
No rush.
Why would anybody want to get open in a hurry?
And you only put pressure on yourself when you give a date.
True that.
Yeah.
What's the date? What's the date? What's the date? I don't know.
Just give me a year.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. So anyway, but welcome to the show. We are going to talk about pizza. We're going to talk about ice cream. We're going to talk about football.
Cheerleading.
All of it. Everything.
The Pizza Man Show.
The Pizza Man Show.
I hinted about that last time I was here.
That's right. So we're going to talk about so much stuff with our good friend John here, of course, from Cardo's Pizza. And okay, how long's it been, Cardo's?
So in November.
A few years.
34 years. Wow. Yeah. And
started in that little old building.
Little old building that your father built.
Yep.
Yeah. Down on Broadway Street. It's now a tobacco shop right by the tracks.
Yep.
And started there in November 1989. And again, your dad helped me out because I needed to have answers about the building and this and that. And he took his time and helped me out. I'll never forget that. And I really appreciate him doing that for me.
Well, that's great. And it's a good partnership because I'm sure he needed someone to rent the building and he wanted to make sure you were successful and, you know, a fellow business owner helping another business owner. That's great.
He helped me. Nia Henry helped me way back then. Mm-hmm. And Rick McNally, just a bunch of wonderful Jackson people helped me.
That's
help
so
me get
cool.
started. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? Like, you know, you think about the people that kind of help you get started along the way. Nobody, I mean, I guess it does happen, but without a little bit of help along the way, whether it be advice or anything.
Or hands-on. The guy I work for at Waverly Cardo's, I worked for him for 5.5 years. He came over and helped me also.
That's awesome. Yeah. See, so it's always good.
Might have been there looking at me like, this guy's only 22. Oh man, he needs help.
What an idiot!
I was 22, but I was willing to work every hour of every day.
Yeah.
But now neither of those statements are true.
I feel
now I'm 55, and I don't really want to work every hour of every day. But
don't mind working, just not as much as we did once.
Yes, I was willing then. You know, single guy now, married, 6 kids. I'm going different directions.
I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. I think about the days when we first started, you know, courtside down in Gallipolis. That was our original place, and you know, Jamie would get up the butt crack, go down there. He was the janitor. He cleaned the whole place himself, 8,000 square feet of it every day, and then cooked lunch all day long. And then I'm like, what were we thinking?
That was your baby.
But yeah.
And you wanted it raised correctly.
Yeah. For sure. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because we are going to talk about some fun things that you have going on at Cardo's because you worked your butt off. It's successful.
With a bunch of other great employees.
With a bunch of great staff.
Just like you.
Yeah. And no, I think that, you know, you're one of those folks in town that does keep staff and people say, well, how does he do that? Well, because you treat people with respect and that's why.
You try.
Well,
sometimes.
You try to. I mean, everybody, there's always some kind of issue here or there. But for the most part, you try to treat people how you would want to be
Yeah,
treated.
right now I have 3 employees who've been there for over 20 years, each one of them. And
Isn't that
another one about,
crazy?
I don't know, 17 or 18 years. And some other longer term employees. And something that's super fun for me now in this era of my pizza career, my kids work for me.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's so
I have
good.
my 17-year-old son, Cooper, he's a senior.
Uh-huh.
And that kid is a pizza making machine.
Nice.
He is. So I
It's in the
love
blood.
I love working a Friday night with him and making pizzas with him. And my daughter loves doing the drive-through window, and she's 15. And my 13-year-old comes and makes pizza. And then I have an 11-year-old and 9-year-old. I can't keep them out of there. They want to go in all the time.
Really?
Yeah, but I do keep them out of there. They'll come in every once in a while and wipe off pans or clean tables, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They just love it. And I love that they love it.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
they're getting some money from it, and they get paychecks, and they think that's cool.
That's
but,
what they're loving.
Yeah, but that is one of those things that
No, a true family business.
right? It makes it even it's even more fun.
Yeah.
Having the kids there too.
Yeah, for sure. Love that.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. All right. So I heard a rumor, and you can confirm or deny that there may or may not be Chillville back.
It's back.
James, did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
Excited.
He's been railing on you forever about the Chillville
Sorry about
thing.
that, James. Sorry to everybody. No more excuses. Other than there is one more excuse. Still have it. We have 4 machines, and we're still having trouble with a couple of them. But there's Chillville coming out of the business. So
Listen to what I'm telling you. If you have never, there are certain things in the world that you should have to do. One of them working in the service industry.
oh yeah,
2 of them probably being in the military, and 3 of them having to be the owner of a soft serve ice cream machine, because it is the most humbling experience
oh wow,
of all time.
Those machines,
or maddening.
Those machines and an ice machine.
Ice machine. Ooh,
They are
ice machines.
so sensitive. Like if you don't, if you're off a quarter of an ounce of refrigerant in an ice machine, it won't even come on.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
It just
what I talked about last time, this
Chillville.
spring.
Chillville. Very, very good. Love that.
There it is.
So
Premium frozen treats.
premium frozen treats. Chillville is back. Not all the machines up and running,
But,
but
we're getting closer all the
Yes,
time. But,
getting closer,
And
that's great.
and most importantly, on the topping side,
Yes.
mini Buckeyes are out there. That's the number one topping at Chillville.
Did you say mini?
Mini Buckeyes. I told
Buckeyes?
Matt if he wants
What?
if he wants to wreck his life, I can order you a 25 case of mini Buckeyes. Keep them in your freezer at your house. You will not be able to sleep at night because you'll hear them calling your name.
Yes.
My favorite is the little gummy frogs.
We have gummy bears right now. We'll always have some sort of gummy, something or another. But
The frogs are the superior gummy.
yeah,
The gummy frog. Oh, James likes gummy frogs. I've never seen a gummy frog.
we had gummy sharks at one time. I mean,
Sharks are good too.
the list of gummies is pretty long that you could
that you can get.
Yeah.
Okay. So if people don't have a clue what we're talking about, let's talk about Chillville for a minute at Cardo's Pizza right here in Jackson. Kind of pandemic related, maybe
Yeah.
kind of had to shut that down because it's
Yeah. So if you go back to
wasn't
about
conducive.
2014
14?
is when we opened. And
Okay.
there was a craze going through the country at that time, self-serve frozen yogurt.
Yes.
And where you go in, and it was such a craze that you'd make whatever dessert you want, and then they put it on the scale, and you'd pay by the ounce. Remember that part?
I do remember
Yeah,
that.
It was such a craze. That's like back when cell phones were such a craze. You would pay a roaming fee to use your phone. Remember that?
Yes.
Roaming fees? I remember do I want to answer this because it would cost me an extra $5?
Exactly. Or I have to wait to call you at night because it's free at night. Do you remember that?
I remember driving to Cincinnati and you look at your phone like, oh, I'm roaming. But there was a place near Winchester that somehow was some pocket that I was not in a roaming area, and it was my home area. So
This is
I would make all my
great.
phone. I'd pull over and make my phone calls right there. So some people don't know what we're talking about.
No, probably
but
not.
a roaming-
Dylan's looking at us
Yeah.
like we are absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
And we also used to get a long distance. You used to have to pay for every long distance
Yes.
phone call at your house. You
And
probably don't remember that either.
Did you have messenger calling back then?
No.
No, you could buy a
You didn't
separate box that would answer your phone call on a cassette tape.
How far back are we talking?
Not that far.
Not that long ago. I mean, it's all relative.
Yeah. How old
But-
are you?
18.
Wow. That's like my employees.
It probably was that long ago.
It's like my employees. One day I realized, wow, I'm twice as old as my employees.
I know.
Now I'm 3 times as old as my
I
employees.
know.
But anyways, yeah. So the self-serve frozen yogurt, pay by the ounce craze kind of, went down the hill. So it's just one price. You go in and make your own, whatever you want. You like some extra mini Buckeyes, you put them on there.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
This is probably an older one.
Is that an older picture?
That's current.
Okay.
I like to have that picture because when we brought it back, we're like, daggone, what old candy did we used to have out there? 'Cause we had forgotten.
Now you can look.
Yeah.
Is there a
So-
picture of gummy frogs?
And so you mentioned ice cream. It's actually frozen yogurt.
Yes.
And that's just all based on milk fat. So that's less fat than ice cream.
Okay.
Frozen yogurt
That's
is.
why the craze, because it was healthy for you.
Rock and roll quotes. Healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went to the dairy in Russellville, Arkansas, where they make this product. It's called Honey Hill Farms. It's owned by a
Nice.
company called Sugar Creek. It is the best frozen yogurt product there is.
That's
The
awesome.
flavor of every flavor is just amazing. When we did our research, my wife and I and the kids went all over the place.
I bet that was rough.
It
all
was-
that research and development.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were all over, and we'd be eating at these different places that, of course, they all look like that with the toppings. Everyone had the toppings.
Yes.
But then you'd eat the frozen yogurt and be like, gosh, there's really no flavor in that. But you had all the toppings, so that made up for it.
Sure.
But our product, I'm biased here, but our product is so good that you don't need toppings. I mean, you'll get toppings, but you don't need the toppings
Yeah.
because of the flavor of the frozen yogurt is so good.
This may be the gummy frogs. That is
Nope.
not the
Those
gummy
are
frogs.
loser gummy frogs.
The ones you're talking about are like, they're neon gummy frogs, maybe. They had the different colors.
Oh yeah, they were all kinds of, but they had like long, floppy legs.
They had like like they were like, woo.
All right, let me tell you a secret. Does anyone watch this show?
We don't know.
So I don't know how big this secret. Oh, let's secret up. When you own a
We'll find out.
James, when you own a self-serve frozen yogurt place and you're charging by the ounce, you have as many big products as possible they could put on the dessert that would make the scale maybe way
Tip
higher,
the scale.
such as gummy
Frogs.
rainbow forest gummy frogs. That's what they are.
Albanese gummy rainforest.
That's it right there. Albanese makes all those gummy products, and so
now you know.
yeah. So back in the day, I think we had like 45 toppings, but now we're whittled down to about maybe 20-ish. And we're bringing more back because, like I said, just looking at that picture reminded me there's some things I forgot we even used to have out there.
Sure. Isn't
So-
it funny how quickly we forget things?
Something I know I'm going to bring back were these. They were amazing. They were chocolate dip mini marshmallows. Yeah, those
That
are
sounds
amazing. I'll have
good.
those back soon. And
Yes.
also, this was not everyone liked these. I really liked them. They were candy coated sunflower seeds. Just
Ooh.
maybe they're sunflower nuts. I don't know, but
That's awesome.
yeah, those are really a real good topping. I'll bring those back too. But we have Nerds, mini,
I love nerds.
yeah, mini Buckeyes, sea salt caramel truffles. Those are good. Crushed Oreos, of course.
Oh.
Not only whipped cream, chocolate whipped cream also, which is
What?
It's a Swiss Miss hot chocolate whipped cream.
Oh my gosh.
Mini Reese Pieces, mini M&Ms. There's a few other things. I
A
can't
lot of
remember.
it.
And
All
more
of
and
it.
more's coming. I want to hear people's comments of, hey, we want this back. We want
Do
that
you
back.
have actually like sauces too, like
Yep.
chocolate sauce
So we have
or
that high end
strawberry
stuff,
or-
that Lions. We have a caramel and chocolate, and we're getting strawberry, and they have another one. That I thought, man, we need this too. There's a white chocolate,
oh,
so you'll have all that too, and sprinkles.
nice. Yay!
It's yeah.
It's,
You-
how can you ever be in a bad mood if you went there, put some stuff on there, and then put sprinkles on the top?
You're right.
You
It-
can't be in a
it's
bad
a
mood
good
with
thing.
sprinkles.
Pizza itself is fun.
Yes.
So then add that on top of
Oh.
it. Your day's made right
Absolutely. So you're saying that now do you have different flavors of the frozen yogurt?
there. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And do they rotate or
Yeah.
do you have the same one
Yeah.
on all the time?
So we
Okay.
have, when they all work, and they're going to soon, some of them work now. They'll have my guys there right now, I believe, fixing one.
We'll see.
4 machines. Each machine has 2 flavors. And the center one is the twist
The
flavor
swirl?
of the 2. Yes. So like when you have we had Dreamy Dark Chocolate, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream, the all-time #1 seller. The twist flavor is chocolate covered cookie.
Uh-huh.
So we have like 12 flavors whenever we're going
Nice.
full blast.
Love that.
Yeah.
And so you can do that all yourself, right?
It's all self-serve. You come and pay first. You buy a cup for a small one for $3.99 or a large one for like $6.49.
I mean, go with a large.
And then you go out and Matt was talking about how when he goes, everyone talks about toppings. There's something called bottoms. He loads the bottom of the cup up first.
Yes.
Then the frozen yogurt, then the toppings.
Makes total sense.
So it's up to you.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah. If on the buffet nights and lunches, so we have a buffet on Tuesday night and then a lunch buffet Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can add on Chillville for just $2.25. So you're living high on the hog.
Oh my gosh. It's fantastic. Yeah. There it is. You can see.
Oh yeah, look at that. I got Stacy, those signs right there above the froyo machine. Stacy's lettering those for me as we speak.
Nice.
By the way, Stacy at Zip Printing.
Dude, she's a saint.
Is there anyone better than her?
No.
She's amazing. So awesome to deal with for anything.
So here's my deal. Like, I can't think of stuff. Like, if I think of something, I have to like text it or ask it right then because it's gone. Because there's just so much stuff going on. And so inevitably, like, I feel like every Saturday or Sunday, I'm sending poor Stacy a message. And she immediately answers me every time. And God bless her. Because she is just a saint. Yep. She does not have to do that. But she knows that I'm too dingy to remember till Monday.
She's made like 40-some banners for us the last few months. And we were going, I think, emailing back so often, she just started texting me, which that might have been a mistake on her part.
Yeah, right.
Now she's so easy to get a hold of now. But Stacy at Zip Printing and everyone else that works with her.
No, they are fantastic.
Amazing work they do. So easy to work with.
I see a gummy shark.
Yeah, they're the gummy sharks right there. Wow, look at all those gummies on there.
There is a frog. I see its arms. It looks like it's making a muscle.
James, if you want me to order you a case for your house, I can do that.
Sounds dangerous.
There's a place in Northern Ohio I now get all my stuff from. That was another issue during the pandemic. After the pandemic, and we tried to get Chillville going, my supplier during the pandemic, they lopped off the self-serve frozen yogurt products completely. So
well, it kind of makes sense because it wasn't a thing.
So I had to go find another distributor, which is pretty awesome.
Eventually, we'll all get back into the rhythm of life again. Yeah. But yeah.
And you noticed that at one point that excuse, you couldn't contest that excuse. Hey, why is this not like this? Because of the pandemic.
COVID.
Oh, okay. No one.
Like, what are you going to say?
Exactly.
COVID.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we're moving past that excuse being watertight now.
Yeah, I think so. I would hope so. Although I did see a news article yesterday that said there's a new strain that everybody's being hospitalized about. So just be careful. Wash your hands.
Yes.
Same as we did 2 years ago. Like, I mean, you should be doing that all the time anyway. Wash your hands. Anywho, but yes, okay. So Chillville is back.
Chillville's back.
We're super excited.
I mentioned we have 4 buffets. We're open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. CardosPizza.com. It's interesting. I knew this trend was coming because it's 2023. But our online ordering, that people just go to CardosPizza.com.
Correct, I do.
And it's
I don't
more and more all the time. It's a great platform we have.
I haven't called Cardos, and although I do remember 286-2525.
That's it. You know how I got that phone number?
How?
GTE just gave it to me. I didn't pick everything. I'm like, here's what your phone number is going to be. Again, I was 21, 22.
You're like, yes.
I'm like, that sounds good.
That's great. But no, I haven't called.
You're like a lot of people. So many people just go to our website, cardospizza.com, and hit the order online icon and place an order online.
Yep.
That's just how people roll these days.
Yeah. And even if you don't even have to give like because I typically have like money and I pay for it there, but you can just say pay with cash. You don't have to put a credit card in.
Pay at store, or a lot of people
because I think pay ahead of time, but I think some people are still hesitant about that for whatever reason. So don't worry about that either. You can just go ahead, order the pizza, and then pay for it when you get there.
Yeah. Also on the online portal, you can there's points.
Nate, it is.
There's points you can build up, and you can redeem points and stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys always have rewards and a lot of fun things going on. Do you still have the text thing? Didn't you have a text thing at one point?
The text thing was awesome in the beginning. It was $90 a month, unlimited text.
Oh,
it was unreal. It was a deal through Gordon Food Service.
Okay,
they had partnered with them and offered that to all their customers, and I burnt that thing up. And then someone,
I remember.
And then someone bought it out and ruined it. So that is something I'd like to bring back. I'd like to bring the text club back because at one point that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I said, it went from $90 a month to like $500.
Oh, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
anyways, they started charging me by the text.
No.
So we went from unlimited to, no, you're paying this much per text now. So you know how it is owning a business.
Oh, I do.
We worry about stuff like that.
Yes. Well, we can talk off the air about a whole, like for hours about all of this
Don't
stuff.
get me started on Yelp. We did that maybe the last couple times, but we can move on to something else.
Yeah.
How about, what else? How about your new business
Oh,
on Portsmouth Street?
yeah.
Beautiful on the outside, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Any business that has a garage door, is that operable? Yeah.
Of course.
That's a great.
Yeah, we put that
addition.
in. So the cool thing, so what a lot of people don't know about that building, and I'd like to have Carmen come in and talk about it sometime, but that building originally was a garage, a dealership and a automotive garage. So all of those windows that we put back in were there.
Oh,
They were taken out. So what we wanted to do is really pay homage to the way that the building was originally, because it was so cool. And so Carmen had actually, because his dad used to actually have a car dealership there.
was it a Pontiac dealership?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's kind of how he got his start. But before that, like Carmen found a picture, and the cars, James, what were the cars 37, that old timey picture that you scanned in for me? But it's hilarious. It's a hilarious picture. We should show it sometime. And it's way pre Carmen's dad. It's like from the 30s. But so one of the funniest things is it's got these guys, and they have like their, zoot suits on, and they're like, they're all dressed to the nines, and it's before the place where the garage door was. Like that wasn't even built on yet. But they're standing by gas pumps, like smoking a cigar. So I'm like laughing about that. It's really funny. But it was a good way for me to get to see what originally the building looked like.
So it was a gas station and a car
I believe
dealership?
so, because there were pumps out front. Unless those pumps were just for show, but I can't imagine that they were.
That's interesting, because Haynes Chevrolet in South Webster, I believe, also was those two things at one time.
Isn't that, it's very interesting. So where we put the kitchen spot in is actually where the wash bays were. So, we were fortunate enough that there were drains and things like that we could tie into and whatnot. But so we want to pay a little bit of homage. Of course, then it was the YMCA. So
Yeah, when I came to town, it was the YMCA.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that.
So there's all this history of this building, and we want to kind of tie that back in to it. But
I'd love to see a picture of it like back in the late 70s with all those brand new Trans Ams parked out in front of it.
that would be nice,
Yes.
wouldn't it?
If anyone has that picture, send it to her.
Yeah.
Or
If
me.
anybody has pictures of the building, we want to do like a little display of
Oh, yeah.
like
Well-
when it was the YMCA even or whatever. I only have 2 pictures.
And
right
the
now.
dealership was called what? We need that too.
Yeah. Because I know that Carmen's dad bought it when they moved from Indianapolis. They moved here and they bought it, but I think it was a dealership prior too. So yeah, I'd like to know all that history about it and the fun part of the building and all of that. So anyway, that's neither here nor there other than putting that stuff back in. So all of the glass and things that we put in we were just putting back. We put back.
It looks cool.
So yeah.
And the final end product is going to be what? What's that business going to be?
So it will be 6 cents, but it will be, so we're moving our tap room around the corner from the spot that it is now. So we're going from like 1,200 to 6,000 square feet. And then we're going to have, it will be fun. We're going to have some games in there. We're going to have, so we were able to put a kitchen in, ditch the food truck, which is fantastic. So we're going to have, of course, our beers in there. We'll have some other different beers to choose from, obviously, but it'll be a restaurant part too. So we're going to do some really, really cool, like really awesome sandwiches, appetizers, things like that.
And it'll be 6 cents.
Yeah.
Nice. And that building, what happens to that building? Or is that to be determined?
TBT.
Gotcha.
TBD. Yeah.
No rush.
Yeah. Well, it's either going to be this, or
Okay,
this.
gotcha.
So I don't.
Number 1 on the list is the new building.
Yes, we'll get that
Then-
open
then you'll get
first,
to
and then
that.
we'll go from there. But yeah, so we're just excited to be able to, take that building, kind of bring it back. Like, wait till you all see the ceiling in there. It is absolutely stunning. And if you look at all the pictures of these old car dealerships, many of them had wood barrel ceilings. So the ceiling's actually a barrel, like wood, round.
For any particular reason?
Oh, there's the picture right there. So you can see the guys, like, there's a gas pumps back there. The one dude's holding a cigar, and yeah, we're like,
Right.
oh.
I can't see ordering the pictures.
So those
The models of the cars you could buy, or
yeah, I think so. And so James was able, he scanned that picture in for me. So thank you, James. You're a doll. But I think that the license plates, when we were able to zoom in on those, say 37, maybe something like that. So, but I love that they're all dressed up and like the hats, and it's like so cool.
I love seeing old pictures of Jackson, like downtown Jackson, like when there's a train track running down Main Street to see all the buildings and stuff, and the hitching posts for the horses.
Yes, like how it was and how people lived,
Yeah.
then. And as you can see, like the right part of the building where the garage door is now isn't even built yet then. So.
And that building over to the right.
So the Gibson was over to the right, but I don't know. And I know that had to have been built by then. So that has to be maybe like where the garden was, like the Gibson Hotel. But it doesn't look like there's enough room in between the two. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. That picture's kind of deceiving.
Great picture, though.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for your business.
Very fun.
Just because the outside looks so cool. And then the barrel ceiling. I like to see that.
It's really, really pretty. It's just, people are like, oh, thanks, Dylan. Yeah, there's Hudson. Starting Monday, June 2nd for a 200-mile test strip. I don't know. Yeah. I think that was just like an advertisement for it.
That is so cool. Will that picture be in there?
On the
For sure.
back of one of the photos.
I've got a great picture back in our party room we call the Henry's room.
Yes.
And I got a great
Henry's
picture.
grocery store.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got a great
Lots of
picture back
history
there that
there.
someone took from the 50s that I had blown up. Actually, Zip Printing did it for me.
That's super cool.
And then my friend Bob Eisnagel framed it for me, and it's back in the party room. I love looking at that picture. You look at it and you
nostalgic.
see the houses around it, and it's like, it's pretty much exactly the same.
What'd you say, James?
There's one other photo here I'll show you. In the back of this one says summer of '69.
Oh yeah, and that's when Carmen's dad, I believe, had the dealership, and they have. I think there's a GTO maybe sitting out front.
Yeah, just a second.
And again, both these pictures were given to me by Mark.
I'll check
So
that out.
you can see the garage. See that side was built on then, where the garage door is. But in the first picture, it wasn't there. But see, you can see all the windows and all of that we put back in.
Is the part on the right-hand side of that photo, is that there now?
Yeah, that's
It's
where our
okay.
garage door is.
Okay.
See all that. So we just put back what was covered up.
That whole building is still there. None of that got torn down.
Mm-mm.
Okay, got you.
Yep.
I have to go look at it again now that I see that
Yep.
picture.
I know. I think back I look at those old vintage signs. I'm like, dang, I wonder where that thing went, because that would be so cool.
A friend of mine, wonderful guy from Jackson, Greg Fields, one time
Yes.
came to me, and he had the wooden Indian that was in that building.
Yes.
He wanted to see if I was interested. I had a wooden Indian already at the pizza shop,
Yeah.
so I told him that, but he was trying to sell that wooden Indian. He said, "Yep, used to be up in the Pontiac dealership right at the street."
Yep. I remember. And I somebody I know has that, I think.
That'd be a great. Maybe it needs to come home.
Maybe it needs to come home. If you have the wooden Indian, let me know. I think I know who has it. I think. We'll see. I'll make a call.
Well,
Yeah, I know. I don't really want it.
I mean, if you want to put it somewhere,
Yeah, I mean, if you need to get rid of it, let me know, because I'm broke. But no, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, that's kind of what we're up to, and we'll get open eventually.
That's
So,
awesome. All right.
yeah.
Well, let me tell you about my new favorite thing I've been doing for the last many months.
Yes.
It's something I thought about for years.
Yes.
Is my brother-in-laws are like these super creative guys, and they were working for a TV producer, and he was going to pay them to come up with different TV show ideas.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Hey, here's an idea for you. How about some guy that goes around and visits independent pizza shops and just talk to the owners about the the history of the place and their success and
Of course.
stuff like that.
Yes.
And they're like, huh, that's interesting. Then they just moved on to something
And that
else.
wasn't interesting.
So I always thought, I still think that's a good idea. That'd be so fun to do. Then one day it dawned on me, heck, I probably could pull that off myself on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Stranger things have happened.
yes. So I kept talking about the idea, and my friend here in town, great guy, Seth Fain, does all, Mr.
Yes.
Photographer himself.
Yes.
He's like, hey, I'll go with you. I can be your camera guy. I'm like, oh yeah. He said, I can edit the videos too. I'm like, all right. Then I was rolling.
You're
Then-
like, okay.
Then I hadn't seen my sister-in-law for 3 years because of the pandemic. So at Christmas, this past Christmas, I told her the idea. Turns out she had a career change in those 3 years. She's a video producer and director. Has gone all over the world doing these things.
That's awesome.
She said, I'll help you get started. So that idea of visiting independent pizza shops and just talking to the owner about the history of the pizza shop and
Yeah.
their products and stuff like that. It happened, and it's on YouTube. It's called The Pizza Man Show.
Oh, I
And,
love that.
Yeah. So we went first to Kingy's Pizza over in Canal Winchester.
Kingy's.
Kingy's. Been there for over 40 years.
So how did you choose? How do you choose
Okay,
where you
so-
go?
Kingy's did me a huge favor. I had met the owners. They're Bert and Jonda.
Okay.
I'd met them on a vacation I won from Cisco Foods.
Okay.
30 years ago.
Nice.
Went to Jamaica, and I met them there, and I'd been to their pizza shop. And so whenever this idea came around and we thought, okay, we'll do the YouTube thing, we're like, well, we're going to need somewhere we can go to give some time because we've never done it before.
Yes.
They don't open till 4:00, and I called Bert and explained what I was doing. He's like, yeah, go for it. I don't care.
I'll just open the door.
He did. He gave us free reign to his
That is
pizza
so
shop.
cool.
So we went in there, and I mean, these guys do the camera stuff. I mean, all this equipment, you know how it is right here. All this
Yeah.
equipment came in, and next thing, I'd never done it before. There I was, like, all right. I had a list of questions, and but every one of these pizza shop guys and ladies you meet, they're all characters. Characters, you know how it is.
I could see. Yes.
Someone in the restaurant business
You
for a long
have to
time.
be.
You have to be.
You have to be.
So I'm thinking that's the original content for every show is to
Sure.
get to know these people a little bit.
Yeah.
So Bert, I interviewed Bert and about his pizza shop and about Canal Winchester, and Seth Fain does such a great job editing. My number one thing was, Seth, make it so I don't look like a doofus. And so he's accomplished that at Kingy's. And when we're at Kingy's, I was just talking to Bert. I'm like, Bert, what's your favorite independent pizza shop that you go to?
Yeah. Like, what's the next one?
Yeah. He said, Rubino's Pizza in Bexley.
Yes.
He said, they still put their pizzas in a bag. I'm like, I got to go to this place. So that's episode number 2. I went and met Jim, who owned that place, and it's a great video of just hearing about that place and about the history. It's one of the funnest things I've ever done. Just to sit.
That's
You
so
probably like talk
good.
to other restaurant owners.
Yeah.
Because we have the same things in common: employees, customers, suppliers. We have all that to
All
talk
of it,
about.
yes.
And so that was episode 2, and then episode 3, which is an edit right now. We went to Little Italy Ristorante in Groveport, Ohio.
Yes.
They just moved into this new facility with a garage door.
I know exactly. That's where. Yeah, I know. I've just drove by it the other day.
It's
It's beautiful.
beautiful.
In Groveport, they built these 2 beautiful new buildings in the downtown, and it's just like they took over.
Yeah,
one of
the
them.
city.
Super cool.
The city had redone that building
Yeah.
to have 2 restaurants in there to bring more business downtown.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking
But because of the pandemic, both those restaurants couldn't do it.
Mhm.
But Little Italy had been there since the 60s. They had wanted to find a new place. They took the entire building.
That's awesome.
You should see it. The guy who runs it's a 3rd generation member of the family,
Love
Avery,
that.
26 years old, genius. Used to work for Apple out in Cupertino, California.
Nice.
He's a genius, and so fun meeting him. So that was episode 3, and like I said, that'll be out soon. And then we have 4 others lined up to shoot.
Very
Yeah,
good.
it's so fun to meet these people and
Yeah.
talk about their pizza shop. But it's called The Pizza Man on YouTube. I don't know if you can find that, James, or not. Let's see. It turns out there's a lot that the Pizza Man it's all over YouTube.
Gotcha.
So, The Pizza Man Show.
The Pizza Man Show.
If you would search, if you're striking out, if you would search for Rubino's Pizza in Bexley, Ohio, there it is. There's episode 1. That's Bert there on the right. That pizza shop opens at 4:00.
Love that.
At 4:10, it's packed.
That's so
It's
good.
crazy. I was there 3 different times around opening, And also something interesting. I don't know if it's because there's a bar in there or not. Everyone backs into their parking spots. That's another. Those are the two things I took
Isn't
away
it
that were
funny,
like
the
crazy.
culture. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you back in your spot.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not cool.
Something else that I'm doing in all the videos, and you'll see this. At the end, I asked the owner if I can come back and work there some Saturday night. So Seth and I are going to go back to all these places, and
Love
I'm
it.
going to work in the kitchen making pizzas with them.
That's a
And we're going to
great,
document that too. So I'm looking forward to that.
very cool.
So,
Very, very
going
good.
to someone else's restaurant, I'm sure, when you go there, you kind of, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? And like,
Yeah.
that's good. I picked up a couple great ideas from them. And
Well, I was gonna say, and that's the thing too, is there. Listen, there's no original ideas anymore.
there's
right?
not. You're
There-
borrowing. I'd
it's
love
all
to borrow a great
yeah.
idea from somebody.
You manifest things from other people. I mean, let's just be honest. There's no original ideas out there anymore. So if you can learn something from somebody that you're like, why did I not
And then-
think of that?
Then don't try to do it exactly like them.
No,
because you'll
you
never
do
be
your
as
own
you'll never
thing.
be as good as they are at what they do. But
No,
you can borrow a great idea from them and make it your own
Yes.
in a unique way.
100%, and that's what you do.
Consider bleaching your hair blonde and spiking it up.
no, I love Guy. I love that show, but I'll never be as good as he is. I'll never be as good as what he does. So our show's similar, but it's different. It's not about the recipes. It's about the people,
The people,
the
No, I
history of
love
the
that.
family, the history of the restaurant, how they're ingrained in the community.
and how it came to be, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
some of their future plans.
How
So
fun!
it is super fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So that's what I was talking about this spring.
Yes.
Finally it happened.
And it happened.
For Seth and I, I think he's having a great time also, but now he and I both are in our very busy time. So we're trying to, our scheduling's
Now
a little
what are we
tougher
gonna
now. Seth, he does all the school photos and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to leapfrog the fall and get to in the winter. And like I said, we have 4 lined up that we're going to shoot also.
That's cool.
And so we're looking forward to keep moving on.
Yeah, we need to
with
give
the
Seth
pizza man.
a shout out because he offered to buy us all pizza at the fair. He did, and he was serious.
The booth wasn't open yet.
But he did come back and say it's not open. We were like, yeah, right. After you ran your mouth and offered us free pizza at the pizza booth, wherever that was at the Jackson County Fair.
So his son and my son are the same age, and they were playing indoor soccer up in Chillicothe.
Yes.
That's where, and I've known him for a while, but that's where I found out that he's a pizza aficionado. I did not know
Oh.
that. And his wife's like, oh yeah, when we go on vacation, he researches different pizza shops that we can stop at along the way. And I'm like,
That's
he's my guy.
awesome. Yeah.
He's my guy.
He's my dude.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to say that I introduced your pizza to somebody else. Well, you were working the window that day. I came and picked it up and introduced it to somebody, and we ate that pizza until we made ourselves sick, and we laughed about it because we were like, I was like, really, we should stop. She's like, yeah, we should stop.
One more
And then,
slice.
and then we didn't.
I tell you, I went to,
It is so good. If you haven't had Cardo's pizza recently, please.
thank
Yeah.
you. The guys in the radio booth want to go with me on the next. I'll do a pizza tour every once in a while. I just need to go and meet these people,
Yeah.
and go and introduce myself and tell them what I'm doing and try to get the videos in their hands so they could make a decision. Hey, is this right for your business?
Sure.
And Seth has done such a good job with the videos. It's been easier to sell than I thought it would be.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm up on Cleveland Avenue in Columbus, which that used to be the most northern part of Columbus, way up there, right off Morse Road. We go up there shopping,
Yeah.
do shopping stuff. Now Columbus has gone even
To
more north,
Delaware.
and we've kind of left some things behind.
Yeah.
It's a little rougher.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. There's a pizza shop up there called Torita's.
Mm-hmm.
That pizza, I talk about stuffing yourself. I'd have been. That was the fourth of 6 pizza shops I went to that day. I could not stop shoving that pizza in my mouth.
That's
was so
awesome.
Good. And it's their waiting room, or you order and their pickup area is about a third the size of this room we're in right here. So I'd never been there before. I'm like, oh, this place isn't that big. Open the door. All of a sudden, the smell in the parking lot just unreal.
Oh no.
And I'm like looking
That's
around.
mean.
and a guy was walking in. He's like, yeah, you're at the right place. He saw me doing it. He's like, you're at the right place. I'm like, that smells amazing. Which I'm not boasting, but I used to live right next door to my pizza shop.
Yeah.
And my backyard always smelled great. Anyways, back to the parking lot at Torita's in Cleveland Avenue. So I walk in with this same guy. He's like, you can go ahead. I'm like, I'm going to read the menu. Well, that guy that I walked in with had bought 4 large pizzas. He pays. I look back out the window and he's He's opened the back hatch of his SUV, had this tricked out SUV, probably like $100,000 SUV. He opens the back hatch and sets those 4 pizzas in there, opens the boxes up, and all these people come out of the SUV, and they're right there in the parking lot on Cleveland Avenue eating that pizza.
That is awesome.
I'm like, this place is probably pretty special if that's the case.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I got my pizza. I couldn't believe how awesome that was.
Okay,
and
now I need to go there.
Tarita's Pizza up on Cleveland Avenue. And that's going to be one of the episodes coming up we're doing.
Very good.
Yeah, great guy. Second generation. They started in like 1959. His dad did. I love the stories are amazing.
Yeah.
They're where they've been. And they bring out, like when we were at Rubino's, Jim brought out all these old photos he kept over all the years. And they won, Rubino's and Bexley won best pizza in the state of Ohio one time.
That's awesome.
I'm like, what was that like? He's like, the business that followed was almost painful because, all of a sudden statewide.
Then here you have
hear about,
this
like, I've never heard about Rubino's Pizza. And then it was a boom for the business.
Yeah, so I went to Capitol, so I spent a lot of time in Bexley. And between that and the Top, the Bexley Top.
What's the Top?
A steakhouse.
Oh.
Just like a couple of doors down from Rubino's. And I mean, it's straight up Rat Pack, like still to this day, the Top, just exactly what you would think of. Frank Sinatra would be walking through the door at any moment.
Well, I read,
it's the like best steaks, like
the Top.
awesome.
Wow, I have to go there.
Bexley
I love
Top,
a great steak.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
When I read some history about Rubino's, they used to be open from 5 p.m. till 2 a.m. every day. And I asked Jim, the owner, I'm like, 2 a.m.? He talked about the nightlife in Columbus used to be so late that people be out and about on a Monday till 2 a.m. They'd swing by and pick a pizza up, before they close and probably at the Top hanging out.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that close down the Top real late. Yeah.
I didn't know this, but Bexley's pretty swank.
Yeah.
What a great place.
Very
what a great place.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really enjoyed being out there that day.
It's really, and it's way nicer than it was when I was there too. So
you're a Capitol grad, huh?
Yeah.
What year? I mean, I'm older than you are. Let me think. 6? 7? Oh. Yeah. I graduated in 89 from Ohio University. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We're not too far apart. But yeah, 1997, Capitol University.
Degree in?
Communications with a focus in radio, TV, broadcasting.
All right. It paid off.
Yeah.
Lou.
Little
invested
Lou.
well.
Little Lou. I know that's what Rodney calls me, Little Lou. I'm like, I'm not sure how to take that. There's so many good things and so many scary things about that.
Lou was born with a radio voice.
He was.
I remember I listened to the radio
that
like,
passion.
my God.
Yeah.
You can't have a better radio voice than that.
No, it was just a God-given talent and yeah, amazing.
So.
All right. So.
Flag football and cheerleading. That's where we're at right now.
Yes.
So we have a new facility out in McCarty Lane. We've played a couple seasons of soccer there.
Yes.
And last fall we played flag football. What we're very excited about for this upcoming season.
And this is Truth Sports.
True Sports.
Dot fun.
Yes. Hear truth, play sports, have fun. It writes itself.
Yes.
What we're very excited about for this fall is we have partnered with the NFL. And we're doing NFL flag football.
That is insane. Okay, number one, I didn't know that was a thing. Number two, how in Little Old Jackson, Ohio, do we do that?
The NFL, they want as many people worldwide playing football as possible. That's their goal.
Makes sense.
And they know it's not going to be tackle football. They know flag football is that vehicle.
Yes.
And so they have, they are so easy to deal with. And so, just signed up and met the people that run the program for the NFL flag football program, and here we are. We're a partner with the NFL, and
this is amazing.
The uniforms are amazing. So each team, the kids will get to decide. Hey, we want to be.
Well, I was going to say,
Bengals.
do you get to pick out your thing?
You have your choice of any 32 teams.
So you get to be an NFL team.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, and we went last year. We were just Truth flag football. So we had these jerseys that say Truth on them. They were nice enough. But we went and down to the Root in Gallipolis.
Yes.
Because they do NFL flag football.
Okay.
And they were looking to play some other teams just because the numbers didn't work out. Your goal was for every division to have at least 4 teams.
Sure.
So you have a nice round robin. the oldest division, which happens a lot. The numbers are sometimes lower.
Okay.
So, anyways, we find ourselves down at the Root
Yes.
playing indoor
Yes.
flag football.
Yeah. Cool place.
And they're NFL flag football. And my wife was like, look at those uniforms.
It's about the uniforms.
She said, we should look into that.
Yeah.
And so we did, and it's been a great partnership. So,
Good.
so we've got that going. And then cheerleading. NFL doesn't really have a cheerleading program, but
Okay.
we're going to work with that. We're going to figure something else out. We have a lady who was a professional cheerleader who's going to be in charge of is going to train all the girls in cheerleading.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good.
The Columbus Crew, the soccer team,
Yes.
they had cheerleaders at one time, and she was a cheerleader for them for 2 years.
That is cool.
Yeah. And she's a Jackson lady, and she's got a daughter who's going to be a cheerleader, and she's going to be in charge of all the cheerleaders.
Love that.
So we're looking forward to that. So here's the deal. We've had registration open since May. It ends on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, few days.
If you go to truesports.fun and you want your child to play football, kindergarten through 6th grade, that's the age or the grades for football.
Okay.
Boys and girls. The girls are amazing. You talked about playing flag football yourself.
Well, yeah. I'm just a little too competitive for
Yeah.
flag football.
It is non-contact. Some people forget that part. So, and then cheerleading, it's kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Okay.
And you can go to truesports.fun, and top left side of the website, there's a drop-down thing for available programs, and you can sign your kid up to play flag football with us.
So with the cheerleaders, do they get assigned to a particular team, or how does that work?
So the kindergarten, 1st grade cheerleaders will cheer at the same time. We have 2 fields.
Okay.
And it all depends on how many cheerleaders sign up.
Okay.
So they might cheer. They don't know. To answer your question, they don't go to a particular team.
Okay.
We've never signed up that many. We'd love to sign up
That would be cool. Yeah.
But what they do, they'll cheer on this field, then they'll cheer in this field, and at halftime, they'll go out and do a performance at halftime on this field,
how fun.
performance at halftime on this field, and they cheer through the rest of the game.
Good.
Yeah.
So now do you have different, I would say you're not going to have like kindergartners playing with, 6th graders, right? You have different age brackets.
Right. Kindergarten, 1st grade.
Okay.
And I tell you, one of the funnest things about that is we realized this after at the First Baptist Church, when we did Upward Flag Football.
Yes.
We did one season, and we got some great advice from a guy from Upward. If you want to make your kindergarten, 1st grade football division work the best, the head coach needs to be the quarterback.
Okay.
So the head coach is able to line the kids up, get the plays off, do the handoff, throw the short pass.
Makes sense.
Also, those coaches are like back on the playground again. I mean, they love it.
They're just loving
They
it.
love
Yeah.
it. Yes.
For sure.
So kindergarten, 1st grade's a division, and then 2nd, 3rd grade, and then 4th through 6th.
Okay.
And you're right. It's a mistake in youth sports to extend those age groups or those grades. You can't put a kindergarten. Even if you think about yourself in school, the difference you were as a 1st grader compared to a 4th grader.
Oh, you're like an adult.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's
yeah.
that much different.
Yeah, so it's very important not to blend those age groups.
Sure.
To keep them like they are.
Yeah.
Even if you only end up with enough for 2 teams, 1 division, you don't. It'd be easy to say, well, we'll just blend all them into the next division up.
Yeah.
That's a mistake because you leave too many kids behind. They don't get the great sports experience.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's a ministry.
Sure.
It's a Christian outreach ministry, and that's the only reason we do it. No one makes any money. We're not doing it for money.
Right.
We only do it for the ministry opportunity. But we also want to give everyone the best sports experience.
Yeah.
Parents included.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you hope that each kid gets out of the experience? You're talking about a ministry, like obviously you want to teach them the skills of football or soccer or cheerleading or whatever the sport is. But what are you hoping that they get out of that?
That they feel like they're coming to a safe, encouraging place. They can hear the fundamentals of the Christian faith. That's what we share with them. And that they've picked up some of the skills of the sport, and including sportsmanship and, as well as correct way to take a handoff, catch a pass, celebrate as a team, win as a team, lose as a team, all those things. Just the great sports experience. The ministry part of it and the sport experience part of it, we want to give them the best we possibly can. So
do you incorporate the ministry within the coaching, or how does that work?
It's me. I go and we have a friend of mine has helped me write devotions, and just about midway through their practice, when we start off with practices. Midway through that, we'll share devotion, and they do their other half of the practice. Once we get the season rolling, This is real family friendly. Like on Mondays, for instance, all the I think the schedule is going to work like this, but all the second, third graders will show up around 5:30. They'll have like a 45-minute practice and then
Okay.
play their game. So they get down to a 1 day a week commitment.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
awesome. That was going to be my next question
Because we're able to commit a whole day to a age division, and after the beginning practices,
that.
then I tell you another benefit of it is doing that little practice before the game. The kids are fresh on the plays and the stuff the coach
Sure.
really, from the practice before the game before, really want them to remember to the learning points. Then you play the game.
And they're kids; they have enough energy
Yes.
to do both.
In the past, we've got
The parents are like, "This is the best day ever. They're going to go to sleep tonight."
In the past, we've done it like when we did Upward Sports, they always recommended for the youth, the little kids, just have one practice a week and one game a week.
Uh-huh.
Well, so we did that. If you had a practice on a Monday with kindergarten first graders and you play on a Saturday,
Oh gosh,
pretty much almost everything's been lost.
it's gone.
And I love this story, and I've told it a couple other times. When we did flag football at the First Baptist Church, we did it there from 2007 until the pandemic. So 2007 to 2019.
Yeah,
2019.
long time.
Yeah. Those first 3 seasons, probably first 6 or 7 seasons, it was, one of those things that dawned on us like, wow, every team has these kids that are just amazing.
Yeah,
You see it at age in grades kindergarten,
they're
first
kindergarten
grade.
and they're kicking
Like,
butt.
what in the world? This is fun to watch. And then they get the second, third grade division, and a lot of them are going to play tackle. They leave. Some leave in third grade, some stay and play tackle later. We know that's a common path for a lot of them that play tackle,
Well, sure.
but they can play with us and learn the fundamentals.
Yeah.
I remember standing next. I think it was might have been the middle school principal now, Mark Berman. He helped start that program at the church. And he and I reminisced about this recently. I remember standing next to him like, can you imagine when these kids get to high school?
When they grow up.
Can you imagine when they are seniors in high school?
Yeah.
So his son right now,
Yeah, Eli. He was just in here.
and Cade Wolford,
Yep.
and I'm forgetting a ton of others. And the few years before them, like Grant Maston,
Yes.
and Holden Blankenship, and Caleb McGraw, and Jacob Wood, that we saw on that field in kindergarten
As
through second, third,
Little
fourth
ones.
grade.
Yeah.
We knew it then. And again, we said, wait till they're seniors in high school. And here we are.
Here we are.
I can't wait for this season to watch them.
Isn't it so fun? Like you've gone full circle
Yeah.
with them, right?
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
a
so
huge
cool.
blessing for me to see them at that
Yeah.
age. Also for me to be the guy holding the mic, introducing them for intros that they run through and all the parents cheer for them and stuff. And
Yeah.
so,
Very good.
Yeah.
Watch our babies all grows up.
yeah.
No, that is really, really cool. So, okay. So, football, need to sign up by Friday.
Yep.
Friday's the last day.
TrueSports.fun.
TrueSports.fun. And then, so the sign up fee, I assume includes like the uniforms and
Yep.
that kind of thing.
Yep. So for football players, they get a sweet jersey and shorts and flag belts. And a neat thing about the NFL, if there's anything else you'd like, they have a site and we have a discount code. They can buy.
Oh.
They can buy the sleeves. They can buy the headbands.
So you look just like an NFL player.
You can buy
That's
the socks.
So
You can
cool.
buy the gloves, and for a great price. I think it's 15 or 25% off, something like that.
That's
So
great.
some kids, will want to get that also. The cheerleaders will get to be determined. We're not sure how we're going to do the cheerleaders. Last year we did all custom T-shirts with their name on it, and they get the pom poms, and then then we have a party at the end, have a great time,
Yeah.
and just our goal is when the season's over, 1, everyone be like, gosh, I'm going to miss this, and 2, for everyone to be like, that was a great experience for the kids.
Yeah.
And looking forward to next year.
And what I love kind of goes back to what you're talking about. Listen, sports sometimes is very, very time consuming. And the fact that you're trying to get those into one day a week is awesome. Because, there's a lot of parents who are like, listen, I just can't.
Yeah. We get those emails at the beginning of the season before parents sign up all the time. Hey, the parents want to know because their kids are so busy.
Yes.
What will be the time commitment? And
Yes.
we try to answer it, but a lot of times, honestly, you don't know until you've signed everyone up
Mm-hmm.
and you've got your coaches. Then you have to deal with their schedules also.
True.
But we do our best.
I love that though.
And we have a great slogan also. True Sports, we're coaching up more than just athletes. Because those kids, that's who are going to be our police officers, our doctors,
For sure.
teachers. Yeah,
We're hoping to make good people out
let's
of these kids.
Bring these kids up with integrity, and sports can teach you integrity.
It can teach you a lot.
So yeah, it can teach you integrity, yeah, but
humility,
yeah.
a whole lot of stuff.
social skills, all those different
Yes.
things. So we love it.
Leadership.
My wife and I and Justin Oyer from Warriors for Christ, we're on the board of their nonprofit, and it's just our passion still. We love it. Again,
great.
no one makes any money. We just do it for the ministry opportunity, and we enjoy it also.
Yeah. And you guys have such a great facility out there, out on Veterans Drive or out on McCarty Lane. If you haven't been out there, just look for the big fence with all the banners.
Yeah,
now.
we got 2 grants, one from the Jackson, I'm sorry, they're 2 local organizations. One is the United Fund.
Yes.
And the other, Jackson County Community Fund. I'm sorry, I'm messing their name up. But they both gave us grants, and we bought that 380-foot chain link fence.
Yes,
that
which
runs
is
along
not cheap, by the way.
We got an estimate one day, waited for all the grants, and the estimate was so much higher when they installed it because things are changing so quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Then back to Stacy at Zip Printing, we solicited people to see if they'd want to put banners on the fence. So Stacy made 30-some banners for us, and a lot of business partners wanted to support the program. They did it by putting a banner up for us. So that's some income to the program to help us maintain the facilities. And the Bowman family, that's who helped us have that property out there.
Yeah.
God bless him, Phil Bowman. He made that happen for us,
Yeah.
and his family's continuing to let us use that property out there. They've made it easy for us to do that, and tons of donations. I mean, people they see the value in what we're doing, and they how can we help? And some people who we've never even met just have done this for us. We've got donations from $5 to $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been a huge blessing to step back and just watch how the Lord just made that happen for us.
Sure.
And and I was naive. I'm like, Phil Bowman and his family, like, yeah, you can use the property. I'm like, yes. Then it dawned on me, well, heck, we need a parking lot.
Well, we kind of gotta do something with it.
Where are we getting the $70,000 for the parking lot? Donations, people, and people I never even met before.
Speaking of, how can people help if they want to?
That's a great question, because we're blessed right now to be able to break even, and the banners helped out big time.
Yeah.
To get the banners on the fence that helped for all the maintenance. Just pray for us. Pray that we're doing it right, because we want to do it right. We want to do the ministry part right, and we want to do the sport part right, so that everyone just has a great, enriching time.
It's all about the kids.
It is about the kids.
Yeah. So, what are are there any future plans for adding more to sports?
Well, we do soccer in the spring,
right?
And we call that the Iron City Soccer Club. So we're True Sports, and True Sports does the Iron City Soccer Club and NFL flag football with cheerleading. This spring we had almost 100 kids, and then I forget 90, maybe 96 kids sign up for soccer.
Whoa!
Yeah, we paid like we did the spring before, 2 players. One guy had finished his career at Rio Grande, and he was from Chile. Another guy was one of the keepers at Rio Grande, goalkeepers. He's from Colombia. We paid them to come up and lead the program for soccer.
So like real soccer players teaching these kids.
We got 2 ladies from the Jackson soccer team that had finished their career. They were, I think, both captains of the team. They came and helped. My son Cooper helped. And so the way we do soccer is those people who are paying to be there that know how to play soccer. Because, I can coach football. These guys could coach football because, we're from Ohio.
Right. I mean, we all know football.
We know football.
Yes.
If you're honest, almost no one knows soccer the way that these people who we're bringing in know
100%,
soccer.
yeah.
So, we just, myself and all the parents, we just step back and let these guys that we're paying and ladies, they do all the trainings.
Okay.
On game day, they're the on-field referee coach.
Okay.
It's great to see Cena, the guy from Chile. He'd stop a game. He'd be like, okay, look where you're at right now. He'd reposition them, start the game back up. Because it's really, we're just preparing those kids for the next level of soccer, which for them, if they age out with us, it's junior high.
Yeah.
So that they have some soccer skills to take the junior high and take the skills and build on there to eventually get to high school.
Sure.
And maybe further than that.
It's not just running up and down the field kicking a soccer ball, right?
Oh, they hate that. Those guys, those guys that play at Rio, those international
kids,
students,
though, that's just what they want to do.
They're like, every time you touch that ball, it should make sense. in the soccer world. It's not. I'm just going to wail on it as hard as I can.
I got to kick it.
It needs to make sense.
Yay.
But yeah, blessed to have those guys to come, and I hope I get them
Wonderful.
next spring also.
Yes, that would be great. All right. Well, truthsports.fun. Get your kids signed up for the flag football this season.
And cheerleading.
And they can start at what? Kindergarten?
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you very much for letting me come on again.
Oh, thank you for hanging
Are we
with
out of
us
time,
for the
or
day.
is
We
it-
are out of time. We blabbed the whole time.
Are
Can
we
you
still on
believe
the
it?
air?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
They don't pull the plug till you stop talking?
I mean, just depends on whether Dylan does or not. So, no, we're good. We're good. Well, thank you so much to everybody for tuning in today. Thank you, John, for spending your morning with us. Get out to Cardo's Pizza. Check out Chillville as well.
Back.
It's back. So you can check out all of the great things that they have to offer there as well. So, all right. Have a great day, everyone. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegramnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegramnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegramnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegramnews.com.
Check it out.